Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom, and welcome to another episode of Frail Conversations. Today, I'm going to be talking about simping. Um, this, I don't know, it just kind of fell this way, like this particular topic. It's been running on for about a week or so now. Um, just, the whole conceptualization of being a simp and all of that. Um, one of my one of my travelers, because I don't fuck with followers. One of my travelers, she sent me something, and it was like, like I posted something, and she sent me something, and basically, it was kind of like coinciding with one another about, being called a simp and doing simp shit and shit like that. And then I was just like, man, I gotta have this conversation because as men, we throw that shit around a lot. Like, you feel what I'm saying? We call other men simps a lot. But it's not just any kind of man that we call a simp. It's a man who actually likes women. Who cares for women, who has fun with women outside of, just fucking them. And, he doesn't have any motives or anything like that. He actually, goes for it. Like nowadays they call it simping, it used to be called being pussy whipped. It calls whatever. But the consensus around it right now is simping. And it's like I've been called like a simp. Like I think like 4 times this month. Cause I frequently post about how I fuck with women. Not just, vagina or whatever the case may be, but I fucks with women as a whole. Like women are dope as shit. But I've been called a simp. I've been told to quit simping. And one of the dopest parts of that post that the sister sent me was that it kind of like, because I will always imply it, like, bro, like, y'all don't like women. Y'all just like vagina. They're like, yo, so what you saying? I'm saying it, bro. You don't like women. It's cool if that's what you choose to do. You feel what I'm saying? You just don't like women. You like the hole that you feel. And, that post kind of put me into that. And it's just like, one of the things that stood out the most was how it was like, yo, it's like when to call a man a simp and to express that perspective that, oh yeah, how dare you show this woman attention that you should be showing me. That shit took it to a whole nother level. That's like, yo, damn. And then yo, she's crazy as shit. She's funny. Shout out to her. But she was like, she said he tried to tap into a divine feminine. Like that shit had me dying. But on the real, it's like when I look at the full context of what's going on, like this simping thing, I think it needs to be understood. I think we need to thoroughly go into why we feel like another man is a simp for actively or to liking women. Not fucking them. Not just liking the pussy, not liking the yoni, but liking women as a whole. You feel what I'm saying? There's levels to that shit. And there's reasons as to why we feel like a man can be a simp on that. And then on top of that, the battle of the dogs just happened. And the whole time I'm listening to the shit, I said, bro, I see exactly why the fuck we're misogynists. Like they're programming and shit, like from all of the songs that they were playing, like I'm jamming because it's nostalgic and shit, but I'm like, damn, bro. Because I've been listening to like the shit was like, they went from the 90s when they started, like growing up, those were my music heads. You feel what I'm saying? Like those are the icons that I listen to. Snoop, X, you know what I'm saying? All of them, and especially early 90s pop, all of them. So it's like to hear them and just like to reaffirm, boom, 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 bitches ain't shit, fuck that bitch, this ain't bitch. And then when fucking X, man, that shit was funny as hell. Snoop said, where my ladies at? Like immediately after that, the X was like, yo, yeah, where my bitches at? It's like, damn, bro, we really programmed for this shit. We are really fucking programmed for this shit. And then it just hit different. Like, and then I started to think more about the simping shit. And it's like, if we're not speaking about women that way, they bitches and, what I mean, fuck them and they ain't shit and they can, get on these NUTs. You feel me? If we're not talking about them like that, if we are talking about them like that, it's cool. But the moment we start, praising them, saying they're beautiful, saying, oh, we simping. What the fuck is the problem? I don't know, but I'm going to get to that answer in a second. But before we do that, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_ and be sure to check out my website, IamJustSeen.com, to get all things that are just seen. My So Frail books, Mastering the Market course, my Hitting It Raw course and ebook, and all the merch, setting up Chatting with Scene sessions, and, the Just Scene podcast, of course. I appreciate everybody who tips and donates and sponsors the podcast. You are greatly appreciated. For all those who wish to tip, sponsor, and donate, you can do so by clicking the description of the podcast episode. Cash App, PayPal is all fine. It works perfectly for me if it works perfectly for you. So with that being said, I don't want to keep this intro going too long. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back to So Frail Conversations. Quit Simpin. I got to get these titles right. So Frail Conversations Simpin. All right. Oh yeah, and don't forget to visit IamJustSeen.com. There you can get all things Just Seen. You want to add the So Frail series to your library? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to learn how to master the market for serious trading and investing? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to get your hands on some exclusive merch like tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, hats, bags? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Are you thinking about transitioning into the plant-based lifestyle? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You ever want to just chat with Scene about anything from simple advice to mentorship? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Anything and everything that is me, you can find at IamJustSeen.com. So just take a quick peek into my world and see why being just seen is nothing less but always more. Because you never really know what you need until you see it. You will never see it unless you visit IamJustSeen.com. All right, welcome back, peoples. We're going to hop back into So Frail Conversation Simpin. All right, so, okay, this Simpin conceptualization, this Simpin idea, it's for me, it's a problem. And I think collectively as, black men, it's a problem. But I think, it's a problem because it's like, when you're calling a man a simp, what does that do for you? What does that do for you? Now, don't get me wrong. Let me put this disclaimer in because, I know how y'all think sometimes. This is not me and my feelings. But this is me trying to uncover why y'all be in y'all feelings. You feel what I mean? I'm trying to uncover what it takes away from you to see another man uplift a woman, to see another man praise a woman, to see another man give his just due to what he feels he should to a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I get called a simp at least like 4 or 5 times a month. Like I get called a simp, but it's like I get called a simp by dudes who I can tell don't like women. One, they don't like them, and two, they don't get them. So one of the things is like, I've always known this, and I put this in So Frail 1, I'm pretty sure, So Frail 1, how misogyny, before it became the hatred of women, it is the competition between men. This simping shit is a derivative of that. And, throwing out that, oh, yo, you a simp, or yo, you a simp, like, that's a part of this competition, this unwritten code and unwritten competition between men that leads to the hatred of women, that leads you to hating women. Because when you are not in the competition to compete, when you are not in that position, then, oh, I'm gonna try to downplay this dude. Hey, yo, he a simp. The same dudes that call you a simp will undermine, well, not undermine, I don't know what I'm talking about, undercut. Same dudes will undercut and then try to go and interact with the type of woman or the woman that, they're calling you a simp for praising, or calling you a simp for honoring. So it's like, this simping shit, this whole conceptualization has a deep principle to it. Like I said, because we look at misogyny, yes, we know misogyny is the hatred of women. But before you hated women, how did you get to that point to hate women? Because of the competition between men. The competition between men is to not like women. Who can get the most women and still not like them? That's the competition. You feel me? And when you're in a competition like that, where the goal is to get the most women, but not like them, the not liking them part becomes hatred. Because now it's like, how can I still be in this position to talk all of this shit that I talk about women and degrade them or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, still get the women, still get the quality women? No, it doesn't work like that. So it's like when I'm in the competition, so it fucks with the competition of the game. Simpin, quote unquote, fucks with the competition because you're in the competition and you're liking women. That's not fair. You're cheating because the competition between men is to get the most women by not liking them. You flip the game when you like them. So now I got to remind you, bro, you simping because, nigga, it's supposed to be about us. It ain't supposed to be about them. It's supposed to be about how we can vibe and how we can connect and how we can move at a certain pace and not like them. You liking them changes the game because by default you get them. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, from my analytics standpoint, because I studied the analytics of people that engage and interact with my content, there's more men who interact with my content than women. But on the surface, when you see the likes and you see the comments and you see the people I engage with the most, you see more women. So on that perspective, the dudes are like, yo, you're simping because you're always saying, you're right. I like women, bro. Like, if that's what simping is about, then I like women because I'm not in the misogyny competition. Y'all motherfuckers can't compete with me. The fuck? You feel what I'm saying? And that's where the separation comes in. So the whole simping comes in when I already know I can't compete with you. I already know I'm not in that competition. Now, this is not to say anybody that I'm better than anybody or anything like that. What I'm saying is I'm not in a competition between men. I don't give a fuck about what another man does. I don't. But for you to say that somebody is a simp, that means you give a lot of fucks about what that man does. So much so that when the realm and the ultimate gift and the ultimate goal of what we're in this game for, you know, we're subconsciously, unconsciously, and conditionally programmed to only get women but never like them. And that is something that we have developed over time. So as we get older, you know, we see the dude that has the plethora of women and all of that shit. And that's what we strive to be, because when we're in that space, you know, you get your respect. And I talk about it in So Frail as well. When you get respect as a man, it's because you either have hands or you have hoes. You feel what I'm saying? There's two ways that you're going to get a woman. You feel what I'm saying? If you're nice to her and you treat her right, or if you can protect her. You feel what I'm saying? So from a man's perspective, in the competition, there's two avenues typically that we're going to pick. You feel me? The one who can fight, you know, who's the angry, aggressive one that, okay, he gets the women because, you know, we're not going to fuck with him. He gets the women because women feel that they can be protected. Now, he might be borderline abusive if his masculinity's fucked up. But at the same time, if he can fight, a woman's likely to be, you know, fucking with him. You know, we see that early on in school. The women always went with the athletes. They went with the jocks. They went with the fighters, the gangsters and shit, because they had that innate ability. I want to be protected. These type of dudes protect now because their masculinity was all fucked up and shit at a young age, because all of our masculinities were fucked up because we never knew what it was. That fighting shit can become violent because we don't know what we're fighting for. We don't have a reason to fight. We just know we want to fight all the time. So that gets one aspect of the women. You feel what I'm saying? And then you have the ladies' man aspect. The ladies' man aspect is the perspective in which you are a good talker to them. You can woo them. You know how to flirt well. You know, all of these other capacities. But both of these dynamics are derivatives of us getting women for respect. You feel what I'm saying? Our respect is not predicated upon anything other than that. You know, women, it's money, hoes, cars, and clothes. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where we get our respect from. So the more women you have in your circle, the more respected you are. But at the same time, you cannot like these women. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's the competition between men. Because you have to respect me as a competitor. You have to respect me as a man more than you value this woman. Because you have to see me in the competition. You dig what I'm saying? You have to see me in the competition. So it's like when you're doing this and not even paying me attention, that becomes a problem. You feel what I'm saying? That becomes a problem. It's like when I was talking about the post and dude was like, yo, how dare you show this woman more? You're supposed to be showing me that attention because that's the competition. Because if I respect you as a competitor, if I respect you as my adversary, then I need to be paying attention more to you than my victory. But I don't respect you as an adversary when I don't give a fuck about what we're in this competition for. Misogyny is the competition between men in addition to the hatred of women. And the competition that we have between men, because of the way the patriarchy and the structural systems went, is based off of how we can acquire the women we have and not give a fuck about them. And not give a fuck about them in any way, shape, or form. So any man who gives a fuck about a woman who actually likes women is cheating. It's like steroids. Literally, like when you, on some real shit, when you actually like women, this is why they have to do this, the simping thing, because when you actually like women, it's like taking steroids. It's like, bro, that's not fair. That's not fucking fair, bro. Oh, you simping now. You simping. I could put a whole dialogue or make a whole caption about, how I feel about women, how I like women. You feel what I'm saying? And I do. I typically do whenever I'm feeling it. I don't be doing this shit to get them. Because my thing is this, I understood this, like what a lot of these dudes don't know is that when you call it a man a simp, you feel me? You got to understand whether or not he played the game you played. I've beaten that game. You're still playing it. And now when I talk about the dudes that have called, like a lot of them are older than me. You feel me? I mean, when I say older, I mean older. They have kids that can be my younger siblings, like close younger siblings, like, 4 or 5 years. I'm like, yo, you calling me a simp, bro? Like, why are you calling me a simp? Because I'm showing that I like women, because I actually care for that. You feel what I'm saying? But that goes back into what I was just, mentioning about how, I've beaten that game that you're still trying to play. I don't see you in this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it's one thing, like, I've seen it, and I've seen it all my life. I seen this dude, I never forget, I was in 7th grade, and this dude, he was the new guy. And, the girl's always going to claim the new guy. It's the new person. When you're the new person in school, they're going to claim you, or somebody's going to try to get you. So the new guy, he started talking to this girl. And then one of the quote unquote popular dudes, this was really one of the popular dudes. Like, I didn't understand why he did this. Cause like when I say he was one of those guys that literally all the girls in the class, in the school liked, he was. But then I always, like, it made sense, like, cause he was always fighting. He's always doing stupid, like, crazy shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But the girls liked him. You know what I mean? And he had that quote unquote flair or whatnot. But anyway, so he came up to the new dude and said, yo, you need to leave Shorty alone. Yo, she a hoe. Dude was like, what? He was like, I'm telling you, bro, she a hoe, man. She messed with everything. Now we're 7th graders. It wasn't many of us fucking at the time. But he was like, yo, she a hoe, man. I'm telling you, yo, she nasty. She a hoe. And dude was like, all right. Literally, the nigga just said at the same time, he was like, all right, bro, I'm going to stop talking to her. 2 days later, the guy who told the new guy to stop talking to her, he was messing with the chick. I'm like, oh, so this is the competition. It's a competition. And it's like, bro, I have to make it, you can't like women. And we have to continue to make women unlikable. Damn. I'm glad I'm not writing anything down with this one, because this is all coming off the head. We have to make women unlikable, and this is why we do the shit we do to women. Because in the competition, we have to, this is why, like, it's like, I never understood how, when I was young, I had a lot of sex. I did. But I had sex because I wanted to. Like, it was never the approval point. Like, I'm getting all of these hoes. Like, you feel me? I had a lot, but at the end of the day, it was like, dudes would be like, yo, why you fucking her? I'm like, yo, because I really connected to the women I was fucking, and it was never a point where they were just bodies for me. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I had my phase in undergrad after my heartbreak, that rebound phase. I could probably remember, I say about 6 of them. After that, I was so hurt, and I went on it like that. I was fucked up for. I'm not even gonna lie, but I remember every sexual encounter I had for the most part. You know what I mean? And I remember, because it's like, I connected with them on that level. You know what I mean? But it was seeing that we're in this game where we help hate the women. So it's like, I want, like, yo, don't fuck her because she's like, I never understood this shit. This shit makes no sense. How the fuck do you want a virgin with porn star skills? Like, it don't work. Women get good at sex the same way we do, by having it. You feel what I'm saying? So it was always, for me, I'm looking at it now, how we, in this competition, right? We're fucking to sabotage. If you ever seen a movie Black Knight, right? If you ever seen a movie Black Knight, with Martin. They were supposed to be connecting with the people from Normandy, right? They were going to create an alliance, and how they were going to create the alliance was through the daughter. When he fucked the girl, she already wasn't a virgin, but when he hit her, he was like, yo, you deflowered my daughter. He's talking, yo, somebody got to that flower long before I did. But then he was like, your daughter has been tarnished. We cannot form this alliance. It's like, wow. But see, that's how this misogyny shit works. It's the competition, it's the alliances and all of that shit. It's how well we can get to a certain point and not like women. So again, a simp is going to be the motherfucker who gets the women by liking them. Whoa, you're cheating in the game. You're taking steroids now. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let you uplift women. Don't let you speak positively in them. Don't let you have women in your circle who become better and they testify and they co-sign for the shit that you do. And don't have those motions where you don't operate and capitalize on everything. You feel what I'm saying? You a simp. You a simp. So like I said, when it comes to that point, it's like, it's caught up in the misogyny, you know? Because we throw misogyny out a lot and we think it's just hating women. And we get to hating women based off the initial competition, because now our thing is to destroy the image of the woman through trying to compete with other men. Oh, you fucked with that woman? You lose your coup points. You lose your stature in this competition. You lose your status in this competition because you fuck with that type of man. I fucked her 3 times over, bro. She a hoe. Listen to, damn, that's somebody that you already conquered. That's something that you already had. So you're better than me because of that? Like what? Like I was in high school. I think I was in my junior year or my senior year. Had to be my senior year because I was driving then. Yeah, it was definitely senior year. So yeah, because that was that year I almost got kicked out the last days of I had 10 days left. I'm going to tell this quick side story. I had 10 days left, right? We had 10 days left and I was about to graduate. We in the gym and this motherfucker, we playing basketball and this Caucasian dude was like, when you play basketball with us, like we talk shit. So you feel me? I'm checking him on defense, right? I steal the ball from him. He was like, yo, that's out of bounds. It didn't go out of bounds. I was like, nah, that ain't out, bitch. And he was like, yo, fuck you, bitch. And I said, yo, bro, you better calm that shit down. He stuck his chest up. You feel me? I punched him in his eye. He fell. And then motherfucking almost got kicked out. But he looked out, though. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I told him he can get his fair one after that because I was like, yo, you just got stuck in your eye. You ain't think it was gonna react like that because he was used to people being punks and just not doing anything. But the teachers, they had the resource officers. They was like, so I heard there was a fight. I said, he was like, nah, man. When he told the people, he said, yo, I got hit in the head with the ball. Like, they was like, that's what happened? I said, yeah, that's what happened. That's what he said, right? But, all right, so the reason why I mentioned that was because the dude that I'm about to talk about, we was in PE together. But anyway, so in the class, right, I had skipped like the day before with this girl that I was involved with. Like, this was my girlfriend. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And so one of the quote unquote popular people, like, you feel me? I was in my own league cause I didn't play sports. I didn't gangbang, but I didn't play sports, but I hung with the sports people. I didn't gangbang, but I hung with the gangsters. You know, I was very intelligent and I hung with the nerdy. I was able to fuck with everybody, but I stayed myself. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the girlfriend I was saying with my girlfriend from elementary school, middle school, and high school. Like we shared something, obviously. So it's like we in our own little spaces and shit. And you know, we skip school, we come back the next day, do our thing. And then one of my homies come up to me like, yo, you must have been desperate if you fucked her. No, I wasn't desperate. I wasn't desperate at all. Like, I don't get what you're saying. He was like, nah, I'm just saying, bro, because, you know, you, like, to tell another man, like, yo, you can have any chick you want, you playing with these, like, what is that saying? Like, are you really eyeing me, bro? Like, that's really what you saying? But he was like, yo, you must have been desperate, bro, because you know you ain't supposed to be fucking with somebody like that. I fucks with whoever I want to fuck with. I don't. Like, what are you saying? I was like, nah, bro, I wasn't desperate at all. Like, what you mean? Because I'm just saying, bro, because you could have did better. Like, bro, like, what are you saying right now? Like, what you mean I could do better? And it was funny because I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, that's my boo thing. I fucks with her. You feel what I'm saying? He was like, all right, whatever. 2 days later, I find out he tried to hit. Like, because it switched from when he seen that it didn't work, when he seen that I still didn't devalue her in my mind. It was, oh, there's some value there. And if I hit, I'm up there with him. I'm like, yo, there's no competition right now. Yo, you're the basketball player, bro. Like, you're on the team. Why are you trying to, like, y'all supposed to be in a league of your own, right? Why are you fucking with the dude, the women of the dude who's not even there? Now, the reason why is because I was fucking with the athletes girls, like the ones that are supposed to be, like, you watch the movies and shit, and you see the interactions of how, it's a tier system. You have, what is it, the football players first, then you have the basketball players, and then you have, like I said, the gangsters and shit, the bad boys, and then you have the nerdy people that, the smart ones, and it's like, it's a hierarchy, right? So then when you see it, you see, okay, I fit in a group that wasn't supposed to be up there with them. You feel what I'm saying? I was neck and neck with the stars. And they like, damn, you don't get suspended for fighting. I know, because I don't get caught, stupid. That's why you stupid. You feel me? And like, yo, you don't play sports. I don't have to. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, how are you doing this? Because I'm in a league of my own, baby. You feel me? But I didn't do any of the things that I did for the competition. I really liked women all of my life. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why it was always easy. So I would be taking the girlfriends of the star players and shit. But where it wasn't, where it was different was that I had to reach the point where I was able to disconnect. And I remember I was talking to this girl at one time. Now she was rebounding with me. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't even know what a rebound was. I didn't know that, there's still feelings lingering for the other person or whatever the case may be. So we started talking, we started vibing. Dude completely cut her off. Like, let her go. It wasn't like, he didn't want her back until I was with her. Right? He didn't want her back until I started talking to her. So, we vibing one day and he see it, like, word gets out that we talking, me and her talking. Cause we kicking it together. We, meeting up after school, going to Wendy's and getting chicken nuggets and shit. This was before the 4 for 4, but if they would have had that shit, we would have had that shit popping. But, you know what I mean? We was vibing. And, literally that day, we quote unquote shared a little first kiss. And then after that, it's like, I noticed the next day the next day she texted me. She sent me a text and was like, you telling everybody we fucking? I said, no. Who did I tell? Yes, you did. You put it around. I said, I didn't put it around school. We fucking, because we ain't fucking. I said, I don't lie on my dick. I don't have to. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I found out who put it out. It was her boyfriend or her ex-boyfriend. He put it out. Because he hit her up and was like, yeah, I heard you fucking him. I heard you this. I heard you that. Because niggas knew we was talking. But they knew me. That's where it was. They knew me. They said, if he's with her, he's fucking. Bro, let me put my dick in there before you do. Like, let me make sure that I hit before you try to tell me what I did. You feel what I'm saying? So she goes and, she hits me up. She's like, you lying on me, blah, 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 blah. I said, cool. That's how you want to do it. Play it cool. All right. So we go to, now me and her had chemistry together. No pun intended, but we had chemistry class together. So, I'm walking in class and she did this on purpose and he did this on purpose, but they didn't understand that I didn't give a fuck. You feel me? So they're outside of the classroom and they're standing outside of the lockers and shit. And as I'm walking up, they kiss each other. I guess to show that they back together. I just walked right in the classroom. Her number got deleted. You know what I'm saying? I go in the classroom, I'm chilling. And then we didn't talk. 2 days later, she calls me and says, he broke up with me because he said, I was like, because I said, the reason why he broke up with you is because he seen I didn't give a fuck. He seen how I moved on. He only came back to you because of me. It wasn't because he really wanted you. And now you're out 2 people because I'm not fucking with you again. Like, he already showed you that. And then it was like, his thing was, yo, you're not a better man than me. You're not taking my girl. I didn't take her. Y'all broke up. She was in her own space. You feel what I'm saying? So now this is what I'm talking about. It goes into how it's a competition. How it's a competition. So much I can't. And if I really want this girl, I'm going to make it so that can't nobody else have her. I'm going to do certain shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So now time goes on. I think I just ran into her about, a year ago or some shit. And then it's just like, yo, I miss you. Nah, well, Dad, we could have, it's life though, baby girl. But we wasn't supposed to, because we wouldn't even have been in the same place that we are now. But anyway, The point of that is that competition piece. And then mind you, the same dude that went back and backtracked with the woman is close friends with the same dude that tried to creep the girl that said that I could have done better than. So that's when I was like, man, what the fuck is with y'all? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I never stepped on anybody's toes. I never, like, but dudes were always like, yo, how did you get the girl that I'm me, bro. I'm me. Like, that's enough. I don't think y'all get it. Like, that's enough. So, you know, when you're in that space, and now they're like, yo, you really like him. Because what they didn't know is that I would listen to like all of this is something that I had to learn to stop doing. This was one of my universal codes. I had to stop. I knew that I was a healer at this point because I had to stop crossing the line with the women. Because each one of these women, I wasn't supposed to be with them. But I didn't know. I was the listening ear on some, yo, there was always some rebound shit. They was just dealing with a nigga a brother that fucked them up. And then now they're coming to me and I'm like, why are you here? And so I'm listening to their problem. Oh my gosh, you're such a good listener. It's like giving them advice, uplifting them and shit and all of that. But it was never to get it. You know what I mean? It was just because, yo, you hurting, bro. And you're not about to fuck up my peace or my joy because you're hurt. Like, no. So I'm going to listen, make you smile because I like positive energy in my space. You feel me? It's not to get you. It just so happens that that's what it leads to after a while because I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to cross the line as a healer, you know, back then. But that's just been my space now that I'm older. So it's like, now that I'm looking at it and I look at how, you know, you're a simp. I get called a simp at least 4 to 5 times a month by grown ass men. I'm a grown man. You feel me? I'm a grown man. I'm 30. Not just by age, but by action and responsibility. I'm also a grown man. But it's grown ass men. Like 30, 40, damn near 50 years old calling me a simp. Oh, yo, you a simp. You doing that shit for the bitches. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. Why does it bother you? Why does it concern you? You know? And it goes back into like, yo, you're not giving me the attention of the competition because I'm not in one with you. I'm not in one with you. So now when we look at the celebrities, when we look at something that I always notice is that when we idolize celebrities and shit and those dudes, it's like, yo, he getting money or he getting bitches. You feel me? I remember one time I made a post where I was like, I don't think Kevin Hart is funny. Motherfucker randomly, like, this ain't got shit to do with you. This ain't your conversation. Motherfucker just hopped up, but he getting money though. I didn't say he was broke. I said he's not funny. The fuck? Why are you defending it? Like, what are you, Captain Saver, man? What are you jumping into this rescue for? Like, but he getting money though. I didn't say the man was broke. I said he wasn't funny to me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, we also have that aspect too. So it's like, how can we in one breath defend a man who's saying like something as simple as another man isn't funny, but he get money though. But yet, like you'll defend that. But then I'm a simp for acknowledging women. Like, forget saying, yo, I don't partake in this competition. I don't partake in this competition we have between men. I don't. So like, cause it's honestly and truly like, I don't have to compete. It's not fair. I'm not fair. Like I said, it's steroids if I get into the game. You feel me? If my intent was to focus on y'all, to compete with y'all, it's not fair, bro. Y'all are completely outclassed in every way. Hey, huddle up, broskies, because it's time to elevate. The secret to evolving masculinity is to define it, understand it, then apply it. The So Frail series defines masculinity as the spiritual, mental, and physical embodiment of the essence of analysis and deconstruction. From this definition, I explain how masculinity is not just the hat that we wear, but it's the essence that we must exude through application. If you enjoy the So Frail conversations, why not read the books that inspired them? Visit IamJustSeen.com right now to add the So Frail series to your library to get a better understanding of what masculinity really is. I promise, after reading So Frail, you will never look at masculinity the same again. You feel what I'm saying? In every way. I'm not trying to be like arrogant or anything like that. This is proven. This is documented. This is on the records, bro. I've been doing this shit since I was 2. Since I was 2, bro. Like, it's not, you feel me? So if you want to get in the competition, it's like, it's not fair, bro. It's never going to be fair. I had a best friend creep a girl that I was with solely because I was with her. Now, mind you, this is how much it is ingrained for us to have a competition. He hit, like, she was the younger sister. You feel me? And I tried to put him onto the older sister. You feel what I'm saying? I was, because this was middle school, 8th grade, I think. Yeah, so I was 14. No, this was, yeah, in between 8th grade and 9th grade. So I was 14, he was 13, and her sister was 14 with me. And she was, no, her sister was 15 and she was 14. And I was 14. And then my homeboy was 13. And so I'm like, and he was 13, about to turn 14. So I'm like, yo, bro, I put you onto the older sister. First time we linked, I went over there. We went to go see them. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm going to put you onto a sister. Her sister was in my class. So I'm like, bro, like, yo, just fuck with her sister, bro. I put him onto the sister, and he ended up fucking the one that I was talking to. So I'm like, bro, he told me, nah, bro, you just got to understand, bro. I was like, you did that on purpose. You know what I mean? And I always wondered, like, whenever he would get a new girl, he'd be like, yo, she straight? I'm like, bro, you the one that gotta kiss her, hug her, and fuck her. Like, that ain't got shit to do with me. But he would always ask for my approval on his women. I never got it. I never understood that. I would never understand why he would do that. But I get it now that I'm older. Because we had this innate competition between men. Because the same friend, like when we were young, it would be like one day he called me a girl because we was around the girls. And the girls were going to go play somewhere. And they said, y'all coming with us? I said, yes, I am. He said, man, you a girl, man. You always trying to hang with the girls. Fuck, I want to be in the sausage fest all day long. The fuck? I don't want to be around y'all all day long. I'm about to, right? Call me what you want. I'm about to go be with the girls. And I always had that comfortability to go hang with the girls and hang with the women. But it was always platonic shit. And I never knew the difference between platonic and romantic. So they're thinking I'm chasing them on some romantic shit. Like, nah, bro, women cool as shit. Like, I grew up hanging with my sister, my big sister. Like, we used to play kickball together. You feel me? Double Dutch, motherfucking. We used to do a lot of shit together. I could never jump the ropes because I had that stigma when I was young that I wasn't supposed to be double dutching, but I turned like a motherfucker. You feel me? I always hung with my sister's friends, you know what I mean? And I hung with my brother's people for as much as I could, but I mainly hung with my sister and her friends. So I had that connection where, yo, women, I just like women. You feel me? We would walk to the park, play kickball, baseball, all that shit collectively. So I was like, I hung with women. You feel me? So me going to go be with women was never on no shit like, yo, I'm trying to, get in them. You know what I mean? I'm a finesse. And it's like, nah, that was what it was. You feel me? So now, as I got older and I'm still able to maneuver in this space, I get called the simp. You feel me? Like, what energy does it take to call a man a simp? Like, why? Now get it. I get it. There's pick-me dudes. Like this one dude, literally, he called me a pick-me because I forgot what the conversation was. He'd be like, oh, you one of them pick-me's. I said, oh, here we go. You feel me? Back to the competition. You throw insulting words out when you're getting your ass whooped. Like, you feel me? I told y'all, bro, like, again, in the most modesty, if I was in that competition with y'all, it still wouldn't be fair. I would make y'all look stupid, bro. I'm serious. Like, I would make you look stupid if I was in that competition with you, and I'm not. It's not I don't have a competition between men, and like, because men can't compete with what I do. Only I can compete with me. But we have this stigma that is like, yo, be the better man. How you be the better man? Have the most women. Like, you know what I mean? And like I said, that's a derivative of how we get to that point of misogyny. You know, constantly competing between men and his ultimate prize. The ultimate prize given to any man is a woman. I have to tarnish that, or I have to take it from you. Nigga, I take your bitch. Okay. We wonder when we stop protecting women, when motherfuckers be like, yo, I'm not fighting you over no bitch. You feel me? We devalue the women that we with. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I will fight you over my woman. It is what it is. Simp or not, I'll beat your motherfucking ass over my woman. You say something stupid to her, you sleep, I'm gonna fuck you up. Ain't no, oh, yo, you want to fight over her? Yes, we about to fight over this woman. She ain't a bitch, but we about to scrap, bro. You disrespected her. You did whatever. We got to scrap. Ain't no ifs, ands, and maybes about that. That's, oh, nah, I ain't about to fight over the woman. I ain't about to fight you. Yeah, because you're trying to show that you're within this competition, you still acknowledge that this woman isn't worth my fight for the competition. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, I'm the better man. I'm the bigger man because I didn't fight over the woman. You feel me? that shows that I'm winning the competition. No, it don't. No, it don't. It shows that you're contributing to a perpetual cycle that is going to keep a competition going, that our boys are going to have to deal with and our girls are going to suffer for. Stupid. So anyway, when we get into that whole simping shit, it's like, yo, don't check another man for a woman or no shit like that's just perpetuated in our cycle. So I gotta ask y'all this question, and I really gotta pose it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not calling y'all gay, but at some point you have to acknowledge that the mentality that leads you to call another man a simp, the mentality that leads you to be in competition with another man, the mentality that is high key homosexual. You feel me? A lot of times we get wrapped up in the fact that a homosexual is one who simply fucks another man. Nah, you could be so wrapped up into the competition with other men that, you do it. You just haven't penetrated a man. You feel me? The fact that you are only willing to penetrate a woman, and that's what goes back into what I was talking about, I think a week ago, 2 weeks ago, about we don't like women, we like vagina. That's the only thing that, quote unquote, we think keeps us from being homosexual. I ain't gay. I don't fuck dudes. Okay, you just are in a competition with a dude. You will constantly connect with a dude on a regular basis and completely shit on women. Like, you don't have that connection. That's homosexual behavior. You just haven't done a homosexual activity. You feel me? Now, if you on this tight time, you feel me? I'm not shitting on you, bro. That's what you do. That's what you do. But you have to, acknowledge that. What are you in a competition with another man for? Why are we conditioned to be in competition with men? Why do we not know that we're in a competition with men? You feel what I'm saying? So now when they talk about, they're pushing a gay agenda. They're not pushing a gay agenda, bro. They're not pushing a gay agenda. It was built on a gay agenda, high key. You feel me? My attention span, when I'm in a competition that's what my mind is focused on, the competition. And it's to focus on my competitor. My competitor is another man. And I become a greater competitor against this man when I do not fuck with women. So now we're looking at the agenda. The agenda is basically what we're trying to say is the agenda. It's two sides. It's split. You have those who like vagina and those who don't like vagina, but they have the same mentality. You ever see, we talk about the abusive man. We talk about the abusive man and how he responds. You ever seen a proclaimed homosexual man respond to a woman? Oh, it's different. It's different, bro. Like, we be looking at how a straight man can call a woman a bitch. But, and it's like, okay, I guess because it's base and it's whatever. But that same energy can come from a homosexual man. And it's like, yo, because he's in that space to call her a bitch. But have you ever heard the ferocity that comes from that energy? When that man, like, I've seen situations where homosexual men responded to women as women and nobody said anything because he was gay. It's just like, okay, he's, but then everybody wants to get on a straight man. But what we don't understand is because we're in this competition between men and the connection with hatred between women, now it's like, who's going to win? And now this is a way in which we're winning. I'm going to digress because I see it coming down and it's starting to take away from simping. But the purpose that I'm making that is when you're in a competition between men, all of this shit is homosexual behavior. All of this shit is homosexual behavior, bro. Now, like I said, you may not have committed the homosexual act, but this is all conditioning to be homosexual behavior and to not like women. You feel me? And then on the other side of that, that's where it switches. That's where the line switches. For the quote unquote straight men, our perspective is, okay, we don't like women, but we like vagina. For the actual gay man, it's, I don't like vagina, but I like women. You dig what I'm saying? So now when we grow up, the little boys who have always had this inclination to, yo, I like women. They're cool. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like fucking. I don't like, some people just never wanted to fuck the women that they was involved with. That never made them gay. They were never gay. They were in tune and connected with women and actually liked them. Like I said, it takes me back to undergrad when I would not fuck the girlfriend I was with the first time I met her. Oh, he's gay because he didn't try. No, I value this dick. Like, this shit is mine. I'm not putting that shit anywhere, but I like you as a person. You feel what I'm saying? Her best friends were telling, oh, yo, he might be gay if he didn't try anything, because no man is going to lay beside a woman. It's like, no, you're validating your worth by your pussy. And I think it needs to be more than that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not just fucking anybody just to be fucking them. I fuck with a purpose. You know what I mean? I fuck with a purpose. But the reason that I'm saying that is because the societal conditioning is now teaching you that if you're not fucking women, you know, like there's no battle. There's no balance. Like there's either you like women, you don't like vagina. You feel what I'm saying? Or you don't like women and you like vagina. There's no, I can't do both. I can't like you feel what I'm saying? Like I can't like women and then just like, okay, I don't feel like fucking you. I really like you because you're cool. Oh, you're gay. Now, you hear that since you was a kid, you start to believe that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You raised around women all the time and you picked up, you know what I mean? You pick up the feminine, like it's just the position of habit. You pick up the position that you're in, the tendency that you're in. If you grew up around all women, you're going to start to do all women shit. It's, you know, it's natural. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the line. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to this misogyny shit, that's the competition. Because now, as the competition goes, it's completely obliterated. It's completely out of women's standard. Women have no power in this shit. You feel me? Y'all have nothing to do with the competition other than the fact that either we're going to like you or we're not going to like you. You feel what I'm saying? And those who like you are going to win the competition. Why? Because they understand they're going to get your support. They understand they're going to get, you know, that aspect. So now, if we're not able to exploit that and then capitalize on it, you know, it is what it is. Because like I said, when we look at it from this perspective, now I'm speaking on men, period. It's not whatever your preference is, whatever you feel you was born as. As a men, we all do this shit. Because this is misogyny as a whole. You feel me? This is misogyny as a whole. You could be one of those who I like women just because I don't fuck them. You feel me? But you can still be in that same bracket because it's still there. Because we now use women in that perspective. So how is it in one aspect where we're on some shit like, okay, from the quote unquote straight man's misogynistic perspective, it's like, okay, my competition is that I have to be the better man. You know, from the other side, it's typically, I'm not putting it on them, but this is just from what the expression is. I can be a better woman than she can be. You feel what I'm saying? I can be a better woman than she can be. And that's where things change because now, you know, they're out doing. So it's like, do you see how it's still under the illusion that we like women, but we still don't. We still don't. You feel me? How is it that Bruce Jenner was a woman for 6 months and got Woman of the Year? Like, you didn't even put in a whole year yet, bro. You didn't even put in a whole year yet, bro. And you became Woman of the Year. You feel what I'm saying? So now, when I talk about misogyny, it's the competition between men before it was the hatred of women. Yeah, when it's the competition between men, when I put that perspective in where I can like women, and I like, oh, I like women so much, I'm going to get tapped into this particular side of me and I'm going to become a woman and women are going to like me more. You feel what I'm saying? But it's still I'm showing you that I'm beating your ass in this competition. Like, this is the competition between men. That's why the battle is between men. We're in a patriarchal, misogynistic society. Women don't matter. Women don't matter. To the straight man, to the heterosexual, to the homosexual, women do not matter. You feel what I'm saying? Women do not matter. Women do not matter so much that from the homosexual's perspective, I do not fuck with women at all. From the heterosexual perspective, I do not fuck with women, only vagina. But the whole system, the whole misogynistic template, as patriarchy, as misogyny, as men, solely from the gender, forget what your preference is, solely from the gender, under the misogynistic rule, under the patriarchal rule, this is where we sit under. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be talking about simping, it kind of got deep, but this is where it has to come from. Simping comes from the competition between men. The competition between men. Whether you're willing to see it or not, whether you're willing to understand it or not, that ain't got shit to do with me, but this is the reality. This is the reality. In any form of patriarchy, any form of misogyny, no matter which side you pick, you feel me? No matter which side you pick, you don't fuck with women. You don't. Not as the being, not as the vessel that they are. You feel what I'm saying? It's all leverage. It's all leverage. Because like I said, you get a homosexual man mad, You'll see that straight man come back out of them. The one they say the straight man, we're so toxic, we're the detriment to the community, we're going to be the downfall of everything like that. They're showing you right now in real time the competition and nobody's seeing it. You feel me? It's not about straight or homosexual at this point. Still the competition between men. We're going to win. This particular type of man is going to beat that particular type of man. You feel what I'm saying? So now, we're now going to say, okay, the straight man is going to do this. He's going to do that. Like, don't fuck with the straight man. And a lot of people are starting to buy into that. You feel me? Now, granted, it's easy to buy into because we don't like women. We're conditioned not to like women. You know? From the other side of that perspective, you're conditioned to like, you know, they're more so, okay, I like women, but I don't like, you know, vagina. But it's, you know what? I'm not going to say like, it's tolerate. They're more likely to tolerate women. You feel what I'm saying? I've heard homosexual men use the word bitch with their homegirl friends far more than their homegirl friends do. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, but he's gay. He doesn't mean it in the ill. Does he? Does he? I'm saying. Imagine hearing it like this. You feel what I'm saying? Man, just pick up the phone. Hey, bitch, where you at? Who the fuck you calling a bitch and da-da-da-da? But you hear it from a homegirl's perspective. Bitch, where you at? It's okay. Now, you hear that, bitch, where you at? From a man's voice. With that same energy, is that still the same? Like, how does it somehow no longer equate? You feel what I'm saying? How does it no longer equate? But that's not here nor there. That's not here nor there. You know, I digress. But the point that I was saying is that in this grand scheme of it all, in this patriarchy, it's about the competition between men. And like I said, from the competition between men, it all has its underlying roots. To what? You feel what I'm saying? So on one hand, you could say like, when you're telling me like, yo, you shouldn't be dealing with this type of woman because like you're telling me how I should be maneuvering with women in a competition. You feel me? Without knowing that you're in the competition. You feel what I'm saying? And now we switch the game to where it's like, there's a group of people who say, I don't even need women to win this competition anymore. I'm going to show you that we're going to change the game and we're not going to need women in this competition anymore. But we're going to need the conceptualization of a woman. So we're going to become that. You feel what I'm saying? So much so that we're going to now be women. That's a different level of the competition. That's a different level of the game and the misogyny. So much more. Now I'm going to play both sides. I'm going to take the role of what you have, of what you desire as the greatest point for you. Now I'm going to take that role and I'm going to play both. I'm going to be both. You feel what I'm saying? You know? So when we're looking at the simping shit, it all comes back full circle. But when we're looking at the simping shit, that's how easy it is to look at, that's the dark side of it. Because it's easy to only, you know, talk about the side of the simp from the straight. But when you understand the levels to the competition between men, how that competition developed, when that competition started, like it's all rooted in patriarchy. What the fuck do you think patriarchy stands for? You feel me? When our ancestors, when they were under matriarchy, people get the game fucked up. You feel me? And I want you to read a book called, I want to say it's called Nubia or it's called Kush, The Jewel of the Nile. I forgot the author, but it's a green and yellow book. But in that book, they break down matriarchy as it was then, not as we're trying to make it now. See, we're automatically in this, if you're not with me, you're against me mentality. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're, okay, patriarchy, then we're just going to go to the opposite side of that matriarchy. And we're going to do the exact same shit with matriarchy that we're doing with patriarchy. Just put woman as the head. No. Matriarchy, in its original conception, was that you acknowledge that you were who your mother was and you balanced still. Women still operated with men. Men still operated with women. Patriarchy puts shit in a totem pole, in a hierarchical system. Patriarchy is about ego. Matriarchy was about eco. You feel what I'm saying? Like an ecosystem, how everything works together. Nothing's greater, nothing's less than. That's how matriarchy always worked. Patriarchy is hierarchical. It puts shit in a totem pole. It's me here. So you got to wonder where the shit came from. You feel what I'm saying? You got to wonder where the shit came from. So who's calling niggas simps first? You feel me? Because if you start off with one man and then you go to his son, you feel me? And then you have an intercessor between that man and his son. And then you have you. And then you have your wife. And then you have your kids. We start to realize that there's a problem. There's no ecosystem in our reality. You feel what I'm saying? So the patriarchal system, misogyny, all that shit started at the same time. When you strip a woman, when you strip the female essence out of the triune, something's wrong. When it goes from the Father, the Son, and the child to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, there's a problem. And then some don't even acknowledge the Son. Some don't even acknowledge the Holy Ghost. It's just the Father and then every man after that. And then after that, the women and the children. No. That's when that competition started. That's when that misogynistic perspective started. So we got to really realize that under misogyny, we have the competition between men, right? That's the root cause of this shit, the competition between men. To compete with another man in the capacity that we do, to look at another man and you know, I got to look like this because he's like this. I got to like, that's why the standard is, okay, everybody works. Like, most motherfuckers don't work out for their health. They work out to look like another motherfucker. Like, oh shit, let me get my abs popping. Let me get this, let me get that, let me get this, let me get that. And now I can go take my shirt off. And then I can do this shit in front. Like, no, like, do you see the competition? I'm the more, like, I be telling motherfuckers, like, they be thinking I be being funny. I'm like, y'all niggas lucky I ain't got muscles, bro. It really wouldn't be fair, dog. Like, because that's how I'm not in the competition. I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Like, you feel me? I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, I work out for my health. You know, I keep my shit intact for my health. I'm not trying to be, you know, no 275 dude, like, oh, strong, just so I can lift her up so I can fuck. No, like, that means nothing. Because, like I said, it's a lot of muscle-bound motherfuckers I beat the fuck up. Solely because, like, oh, you just got muscles, nigga. You ain't got shit else. You don't know how to take a punch. You don't know how to swing. All you do is know how to look big. You know how to look like you'll do some damage and shit. But it's the competition. It's the competition. Let me put on this image. Let me show that I am the elite. You feel me? I am the elite. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've had dudes that were talking to women or whatnot come up and like me, I could be with the woman and like, oh, this is who you with now? Like, he ain't got nothing. Like, bro, yo, my soul and my mind done busted your ass. That's why I'm in the space right now. But now I'm trying to tell you, if you want, like, I feel like this. And I'm going to try to wrap it up here. I feel like this. A lot of the old heads that call me a simp, a lot of the old heads that use simp, like, you want to see if you still got it versus that person. And you don't understand why that person has it. It's the je ne sais quoi, bro. Like, when you start saying, oh, yo, you simping, what you're really revealing is that, yo, you're winning the game, but you just can't be doing it the way that we naturally been told to play. You're cheating. You're liking women. You're not supposed to be liking women in this game. You're not supposed to be doing that. So you simping. But to call me a simp, to say that me valuing women shows, to show that me actually liking women and holding us to a standard and telling men, yeah, be better, tighten up, bro. If it was really about the competition, y'all be listening to what the fuck I'm saying instead of calling me a simp. If y'all really knew about the competition, y'all be like, you know what? I'm going to be a better man because I got to elevate myself. But we're not a better man for a woman. We're a better man for a man, high key. If I'm the better man, she can't be taken from me. If I'm the better man that she can't, like, it's all in what can another man do that I can't do. Let me fill that void. And then when you get those people who just say, you know what, fuck it, I don't even want to do any of that shit. You get men who go the other way. Because it's all about the competition between men. These men, the men who go the other way, say, I don't even want to be in the competition, but I still don't like women. You feel what I'm saying? I don't even want to be in a competition at all, but I still don't like women. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be a protector. I don't want to be a provider. I don't want to do anything. I just, they are comfortable with that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it all derives from the same root. Misogyny. And misogyny comes from men competing. And men compete because we're in a patriarchal society that has established that men is supposed to be the head, that is based off of a hierarchical system as opposed to an ecosystem. And because it's not based off of an ecosystem, it's all off of tiers. So my quality, me as a man, is valued by how high I am up the totem pole. You feel what I mean? And I have to do whatever I can. Like, this is why dudes do certain shit. Like, we can take it outside of just the women. But I like to use the women in this contest because that is the greatest gift to man. But you'll be surprised how many dudes will snake another dude for a position. That competition shows that, you know, now this goes back into to the final point before I hang it up. It goes back into when we're looking at this simp shit, it's like we hate women so much that we don't listen to their voice. We don't listen to shit they're saying. And the competition, we respect the competition between men, right? We respect it so well that when we're approaching a woman, she says, I got a man. Okay, cool. Respect. She can say, I'm not interested. We'll cuss her out. We might even hit her with a skateboard or some shit. But if she says, I got a man, we bow out. You feel me? We bow out because we have that much more respect for a man than we do for a woman, because that's the competition. We don't fuck with y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Or it could be the other side. We don't respect that man to the point where, oh, he don't let you have friends. You feel me? Because if he lets you have friends, I'm going to worm my way in to beat him in a competition to get you. Then after I get you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, yo, I can't trust you because I took you from your man, which means you can be taken from me. You dig what I'm saying? This misogyny shit, this simping shit, all of that shit comes back to one source. We do not like women. And don't forget to take a moment to go get your exclusive merchandise from Just Scenes merch. At Just Scenes, each piece is specifically crafted with positive imagery and symbolism. From the titles and designs to the descriptions, each style gives you something to feel great about. With everything from hoodies and tees to coffee mugs and tote bags, we have something for the entire family. So be sure to get yours today. Find us on Instagram at Just Scenes merch and get your merchandise right now. All right, like I'm gonna go ahead and start to wrap it up because I got work and stuff to do. But yeah, this is the product of simping. This is the product of the mentality that goes into simping. You dig what I mean? It sounds good. It sounds good because everybody's collectively in a competition. It's as simple as it is, easy to point out. Like if everybody's playing basketball, it's easier to spot out the football player. You feel what I'm saying? And point him out, he played football. You could tell he played football. He's sorry. He's sorry. He can't play ball. He's sorry. Because you're in a competition, right? But then you get that motherfucker who's able to play that position and every other position for well, and then you're like, oh shit, you're in awe. You're in awe. Like that's what this is. This is an arena. It's an arena. You feel me? And I say this shit runs so deep. It's not just in current times. This shit runs deep. It's the competition between men. So much so, if you read the Bible, King David put his best friend Uriah the Hittite on the front line so he could take Bathsheba. He put him on the front line and told his homeboy Jonathan, he said, yo, bro, make sure he's on the front line so he could die first so I could have his wife. Competition between men. King David did this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So we always been this way. So this is not something men just stop liking women. Men just always know misogyny is real, but it's the competition between men. Bathsheba, excuse my French, but I'm trying to keep it up to date. Bathsheba was the baddest bitch in the land. And King David was like, yo, I'm the king. Uriah, how the fuck do you have her? Nigga, I'm the fucking king, bro. I'm the king in this bitch and you got the baddest bitch in the land and you just a soldier? All right, I'm gonna take your bitch. I'm gonna take your bitch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take your bitch and you can't get her back. Hey, bro. Hey, make sure that nigga go on the front line. You know that's your best friend, though, right? I don't give a fuck. I want his bitch, nigga. Put him on the front line. Make sure he die first. Put him on the front line and send him to war. Make sure he die first. I want his bitch. I want his bitch. Like, it sound different. Like, you know what I'm saying? It sound different when you're reading with all the thou and the doths and the shows and the shants and shit, but put it in real context. That's what King David did to Uriah. You feel what I'm saying? That's what King David did to Uriah. Because our mentality is to compete with men. It's never to actually like and value women. He didn't give a fuck about Bathsheba. He didn't. She was the baddest bitch in the land. You feel me? And In his eyes, I'm the king. How the fuck this lame nigga got her? Fuck that. Let me take this bitch, man. Let me take her from her, man. That's like, nah, bro. You can't have her. I'm supposed to have somebody like that. Because this is the level of the competition. I mean, I'm the fucking king. I should be able to have whatever I want, whoever I want. I'm going to take your bitch. I'm going to take her and I'm going to put you on the front line to kill you. This shit runs deep, bro. This competition between men runs deep. And now you have the women who become booty. Spoils of war. You feel me? They become the shit that we kind of get tied up in. Because that's the greatest gift. See, like, that Bible verse itself puts the whole shit into perspective. The greatest gift that you can give to a man is a woman. That's what the universe has given us. The greatest gift that we can have. You feel what I'm saying? In the competition, what are you trying to get? The greatest gift for winning the competition. So winning the competition, the greatest gift of being a man is to get a woman. I don't give a fuck what you say. Kids are secondary. Kids are the manifestation of that. It's the fruit and it's the multiplied fruit. But the greatest gift to obtain, reaching your pinnacle, your zenith of a man, is a woman that matches you. You feel what I'm saying? I can almost put money on it. The type of woman that I have to mirror, it's going to be, that competition is going to be there. Because motherfuckers are still ingrained in that shit. And motherfuckers, I can't see how. And I get, like I said, when that shit happens, I be noticing how, I be creeping, but it's like those same dudes that call me simp, they seem to follow all of the women who interact with my shit the most. A lot of the women that interact with my shit the most, they're very, very beautiful women. You feel what I'm saying? They're very, very beautiful women. But it's like, I noticed that, oh, wait, when did you start following that person? When did you start fucking with that person? I see you. Motherfuckers is literally stealing women who like my shit for social media. I'm going to follow her now. I'm going to yo, do you know I follow her because she's dope? But you're following her because you think that she's somebody in my circle. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, it goes back to that King David shit. The competition was so real, he couldn't figure out why he was losing as the king. Nigga, you are a Hittite. You're not even a part of the lineage. You're not even a part of the chosen. I'm the fucking king. And I can't have this. This is Bathsheba, bro. She's the most beautiful woman in the land. And you got her? That's your wife? I gotta take her, bro. I gotta take her. So now when I say patriarchy, it all falls into an umbrella. Religion, patriarchy, misogyny. That's the order. That's the order. You can mix them how you want to mix them. Shuffle it how you want to shuffle it. Is it patriarchy, misogyny, religion? Is it religion, patriarchy? Is it like, either way, it's those three things. That's the Trinity right there. You feel what I'm saying? That's the Trinity right there. So we treat women accordingly. So now, how we decide, okay, let me make sure that nobody wins this competition. I'm going to get the baddest bitch in the game, but I'm going to make sure she don't dress like, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to go to the club, pull the baddest bitch. Then when we're going to get together, she can't go to the club anymore. She can't do or wear the things that made me find her attractive. I lock her down now. Now I want her to wear the turtlenecks in the summer. I want her to stop showing so much skin. I want her to do all of these things. Why? Because I can't lose this competition, because now you fuck with me and you see I ain't shit. You see I ain't shit. Like, I look good on the first surface when we first met for the competition, but now you see I can't compete with these other dudes, so I can't let you go back out there to the street show. I can't, because they're going to take you from me. You feel what I'm saying? They're going to take you from me. And that's what this competition shit is about. That's what misogyny is at its core. You feel what I'm saying? So when I'm on that, like, oh, yo, you simping shit, like, just like that's what it leads to, bro. That's what it leads to. Like, because you're like, oh, that's the cheat code, bro. Because the code is like, we're not supposed to love these hoes. We ain't supposed to be fucking with these bitches like that. Like, nah, we ain't supposed to love them. Hence why it's still using a biblical reference. King David literally said, I love Jonathan more than I love a woman. He didn't even love Bathsheba, bro. The very woman he just took from his best friend after he killed him, he loved another man more than him. Ain't that some shit? Like, let me break that down into perspective. Like, that whole verse puts this whole shit in context, right? That whole story. King David loved Jonathan more than he loved a woman. Okay? King David took Uriah the Hittite's wife Bathsheba because she was the baddest bitch in the land. Do you see how this shit just came all the way full circle with this one Bible verse? And you wonder why we follow this shit. You feel me? It's because women ain't important, bro. This society works for us if women ain't shit. You feel me? Women ain't shit but objects. I want Bathsheba because she's the baddest bitch in the land, but I'm going to love a man more than I love her. But I'm going to love a man more than I love her, but I'm going to be so ingrained in a competition that I'm going to kill her current husband and take her from him. This shit is fucked up. Now, you can see this shit in real time all the time. Now, let's put it in perspective. In today's time, listen to the music. You know, I love my niggas, I don't love a bitch. I love my niggas, I don't love a bitch. That's King David loving Jonathan more than he loves a woman. Okay? I will, all of the things that your man won't do, I'll do. I can't help but wait. You feel what I'm saying? I will take your bitch is the Bathsheba Uriah the Hittite context. You feel what I'm saying? This shit plays out in real time every single day. Nobody sees this shit. Nobody sees this shit. But yet we want to talk about how religious we want to be. At some point, we got to start to realize something different. So this whole conceptualization is, yo, stop simping. Stop simping. You know, just that, like, that's what the simp is. Simp, the person who's referring to you as simp is the loser of the competition. They're getting their ass whooped. They're getting dusted. They want what you got. You feel what I'm saying? But the person who's quote unquote simping is in a different league of the game. You feel me? Never once do we conceptualize that, yo, I can be, and like, you think that I'm winning, but I'm not even playing this game right now. You feel what I'm saying? So that attribute doesn't apply to me. For me to be a simp would mean that I'm in the competition, acknowledging it, and I'm using this leverage to cheat. And, you know, it's like, nah, bro, I'm not even acknowledging that y'all are even competing with me. And I'm not competing with y'all. I have no desire to. I know who I am. I know what I am. And because I know who I am and what I am, I like women. I like women. I don't pretend to like women just for some vagina. I don't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, learning that, master, people don't like, they were like, yo, so how were you? And this is something that just hit me just now. Because a lot of people are like, yo, how was celibacy? How are you able to be celibate for this long? Because I like women, bro. I like women, you know, vagina's cool when you win it, but at the same time, I like women more than that. So because I like women more than that, I'm able to be attentive to what women I don't need to be fucking with. Like, I can tell, like, I should not be sticking my dick in you. It's not that hard once you get to that point. It's not that hard when you get to that point when you're like, hold on, wait, you got some baggage with you, baby girl, and I don't need to be carrying that. You know, things like when you actually like women, you can see the woman for the being and not the vagina. So that temptation doesn't come to me. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't come to me. But when you want that simp shit, you know, you're using it to manipulate the woman to say, okay, I'm gonna hype y'all up. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that men ain't shit. Now that's another, now that's simping. That's simping right there. When you create a whole platform or you create a whole ideology where you're constantly telling women nothing's wrong with them. It's all the men that they keep involving themselves with, and you feed off of that shit. Now it's like, oh, he's the go-to guy to talk about men because da-da-da-da-da. And all they do is bash other men to show, okay, I'm going to continue to show that these men ain't even in the competition. These men ain't even in the competition. These men ain't even in the competition. I'm not even telling you that it's a competition, but I'm just going to show you that, nah, ladies, you need to do this. Ladies, you need to do that. That's why that shit goes back and forth. Because you same motherfuckers that would call me a simp for me uplifting women, why y'all don't never say shit when I'm giving them game or some shit? Trying to put them up on game like, yo, baby girl, like, I'm coming to you as your big brother or your little brother. Like, yo, I'm not coming to you as a man trying to get your ass. I'm coming as your big brother, you know what I'm saying? Little brother telling me, hey, look, tighten this up. Y'all don't ever want to, like, I'm not simping. Like, how am I, you know what I mean? Why don't y'all say anything about that? It's only when, oh yeah, she's beautiful. She this. This is like the only type of women I could fuck with. Like, no, I'm not trying to get them. Because like I said, man, if I got into that competition with y'all, it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. It was never fair from the beginning. You know what I mean? Whether you can call me arrogant for that, whether you can call me whatever it is what it is, bro. Like, I'm telling you the real. It would not be a competition. I would dust you. I would dust y'all off in this shit. I know because I did it when I was a kid. Now I just have my moral compass on point. You feel what I'm saying? I I took the girlfriends. You feel what I'm saying? I got a homie. He ain't my homie, but my mom and his mom are best friends. I fucked his girlfriend before he did. He was in high school. And the parents don't know. So they're like, and me and him went to the same college. But the parents don't know. So they're like, why y'all never ride to college together? That's a long ass quiet ride. Cause I can't, like, I took her. And I could play the whole, well, she came on to me, she came on to be like, hey, well, fuck it. We let that show, hey man, I'm the winner, bro. Your girl came on to me. Like, you see how the competition feeds the ego and shit? I was 15 when I did that. I'm not absolving myself, but I was not in the same mental space I am. Would I do that shit now? No. But at the time, fuck that, I'm 15, bro. That's your girl. I'm only gonna say no so many times. You feel me? I'm only gonna say no so many times. But like I said, it was nothing at that point. So understand that when you talk about the simping shit, please stop. Please stop. Because the very dudes that you calling simps, the very dudes that you, like, you're revealing how much you aspire to be them. You want what they have. If you were getting the attention that I was getting, you wouldn't call me a simp. Because it would be, oh, I'm in this competition. I can't win. I can't play the game how you played it. Well, don't try, bro, because I'm not playing the game. You feel what I'm saying? Understand that we need to break this mentality of misogyny, because we need to, it's not just not liking women. Not liking women is derivative of us trying to be in competition with other men. You feel me? It's us trying to be in competition with other men. You know, we want to be with the other man. Like, when I said the homeboy that I had that ended up, you know, having sex with that girl that I put him on to, like, it was like whenever I got a new haircut style, he got the exact haircut. The way that I would dress, he would dress the same way. Now it comes like, oh, yo, y'all homies and shit. Like, no, I had my own individual style. His style mirrored mine. You feel what I'm saying? The icing was on the cake, like after he smashed or whatever cake, but the icing went on the cake for me when he got the exact same haircut as me. I was like, this is different, bro. Like, do you know the reason why I'm able to do this shit is because it's me. It's not like the outside decoration. It's the inner essence, bro, that you can get your hair cut like me all the time. You're not going to get the women that I get. You feel what I'm saying? And I learned that growing up. Like, so many dudes were, yo, put me on to your friend. No, you can't fuck with her. Why? Because she's not your type, bro. You're not her type. What you mean, man, she bad, but at the same time, you can't keep her up. You can't keep her speed. You're going to fuck her up, and that's going to fuck up my relationship with her. Because I'm going to put you on because you just like her body. You don't want to get to know her. Y'all don't read the same books. Y'all don't like the same shit. I know this because I know her. And I know you. I'm not bridging that gap, because now that's going to make me look bad. You feel what I'm saying? And that's when I started to see the shit. And motherfuckers just always want some pussy. It's never about the woman. It's never about the woman. So much so that even when we put our homeboys on to our friends, we don't even screen that shit. We don't even screen that shit, bro. Like, nigga, you ain't read a book since 92. I'm not putting you onto this scholastic ass woman right here. No. She reads, bro. She reads a lot. She got a library. You don't even read books. You feel me? You don't even read books. I dealt with a woman who our relationship would have been different anyway. She's a cool person. You know what I mean? We ended, you know, I felt like we ended on good terms. I think we did. We just had a conversation not too long ago, and everything was, you know, positive energy and shit. It was no faking shit. Like, we felt good talking to each other. But in our conversation, it was, you know, I remember when we first started talking, she read my first book to the man that she was with. That's a whole different quandary right there. Like, it's a whole different level to the game. Because how do you deal with transitioning from dealing with the man that you had to read a book to, who didn't pick it up himself? You had to read the book to him and break down the information a little bit, to dealing with the man who wrote that book. It's a different leap. It's a different leap. So for that competition and shit, that's why it's levels. So now we have to understand that just like as men, we collectively acknowledge the competition, women got to stop contributing to the competition too. Because like that whole I have to pick the best man type shit and all of that shit, like that happens. Level up and all of that. Learn how to stop seeing that, because now we put that stipulation to it. Because that fuels us. Oh, I know I'm a better man. I know that your man ain't me. Your man ain't this. Like, seduction is easy because seduction, to seduce a woman is really easy when you understand that she doesn't understand the competition between men. Because all I have to do is show you that I'm the better man. And I can seduce the fuck out of you. Like my DMs, I get into a few social media beefs. You feel me? Like niggas always talking about pull up, bro. We live halfway across the country, bro. Chill out, bro. Like I don't like yo. I'm like, yo, bro, all you have to do is tighten up what she is always in my mentions for. Like, you feel me? That's it. That's it. She likes the way that I think. She likes the way that I speak. You feel what I'm saying? She don't like me. She don't even know me, bro. So you have to stop seeing the competition. And if you're not going to stop seeing the competition, elevate to be the better competitor if you can't let that shit go. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't undermine another man and say, oh, yo, you're a simp. You're a simp. Because the only way you win in this competition is because you cater to women. No, nigga. Like I said, if I was in a competition, I'd run laps around you motherfuckers. But I'm not. I'm not, and I choose not to be. Because the competition is stupid. Because as long as we're in the competition, we're always going to treat our women like shit. Because the competition is between men. It has nothing to do with women. The stronger the competition is between men, the less you like women. The more you dislike them, the more you hate them. The more you would do stupid shit to them. You feel what I'm saying? That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. When I seen the epitome of what it could be to have the competition between men was in 50 Cent song Heat. He said, he's talking about somebody he's beefing with, right? He says, if you were smart, you would shooking me. Because I get tired of looking for you, spray your mama crib and let your ass look for me. That's the capacity. It could probably go farther than that, but that's the capacity that men can be willing to go to compete with another man, to beat him out, to beat him. It affects his woman. It affects the women that we're with. You feel what I'm saying? So when I ask, like, what is simping? What is simping really? What is simping really? Is it A, me calling another man a simp? Is it me saying that I'm not on his level, you know? Or I admire him that much for everything that he does. I like everything about him. I just want his attention and he won't give it to me. So he's a simp because he's always giving it to women. That's the only multiple choice I was going to use. I don't know why I just said A, like I was going to give you B and C, but that's where I'm going to stop at with that shit. But what is that? What is it to call another man a simp? How do you have to view that man? How do you have to view yourself? And how do you have to view your interaction connection with a woman? If me valuing women, if me liking women, if me giving women attention, respect, love, if that is making me a simp, what the fuck are our relationships built on? Why the fuck are we even in relationships with women in the first place? If for me to be a simp means that everything that I'm naturally, biologically, and spiritually supposed to do for a woman makes me a simp, why the fuck am I with a woman? For the pussy. This is why we have babies and we're like, okay, I don't like the woman. Like, we hate our baby mamas. We blame them. Oh, she trapped me off. She this, she that. And you didn't even like her when you first got her. You got the baddest bitch in the game pregnant. You was able to see how that King David story plays out in all of these facets, bro. Like they need to teach that shit in Bible study like that, bro. King David had his right-hand man, his best friend, killed so he could take his wife. But at the same time, after he took his wife, he still loved his best friend, who was a dude, more than he loved women. Like, how do you think a woman should internalize that? Let's speak on it from Bathsheba's perspective. How do you think she should internalize that? Right? You killed my previous husband, but yet you still love your best friend, who was a man, more than you will ever love me. And I'm giving you kid. I give you King Solomon. Well, first she gave him one baby that died. Then she gave him King Solomon, who's going to rule. But David loved Jonathan more than he loved Bathsheba. But the competition between David and Uriah for Bathsheba was so heavy, he had Uriah killed. He ain't never give a fuck about Bathsheba. She was just cute. And now put that into perspective with everything you see today. So I ask you, what is a simp? And what is the person who's actually calling somebody a simp? Are you a King David, bro? Or what is it? You know, we need to start looking at that shit. That shit gets annoying to me. But I'm going to go on and go ahead and wrap it up here. Yeah, because simping. Now we understand why we do this shit. Now we understand why we say men be simping. Because it's the competition between men. And then the direct result is the hatred between women. We're not supposed to like women. So, you, like I said, you hate women but like vagina, so you might be low key. Bro, I'm just saying, like, I'm not, you know, it is what it is. Everything you do is for a man. Everything you do is wrapped up around a man. Like, I love my niggas. I don't love no bitch. I don't like that. Like, come on, you got to start to accept it. Just because you haven't crossed through the activity, you might really be, bro. Like, just think about it. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be rude. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. At least embrace that shit. You feel what I'm saying? At least embrace that shit. You know? And stop worrying about what another man is doing. Like, I don't like, to get mad at another man for liking a woman means you want to be like that man likes that woman. See? That's like Jonathan getting jealous at, I'm gonna stop messing with that verse, bro. I'm gonna leave it alone. Look, I'm about to call it a day. Look, that was So Frail Conversation Simpin. Look, be sure to follow me on Instagram _just_scene_. Be sure to check me out at IamJustScene.com to get all things Just Scene, my merch, my books, my vegan my courses, Mastering the Market, Hitting It Raw, and of course booking a session with Chatting with Scene. Whatever you choose to do, however you choose to work it, it's all there. To all those who wish to tip and donate, please, you can do so by hitting the link in the description of your podcast. Cash App, PayPal is fine. And I appreciate everybody who continues to donate. You are greatly appreciated. But yeah, that's it, bro. Quit with the sipping shit, bro. Quit with the sipping shit. Like, this one was inspired by the collective events, but it was kind of personal too. Because it's like, bro, like, y'all gotta stop with this shit, bro. Because I don't like addressing it one-to-one when it keeps happening. So let me go ahead and address it now. Because now I gotta ask you, like, if I'm simping, what does that make you? I just gotta put it in perspective. If me simping is me liking women, valuing women, continuing to uplift and build women, what does it make you? If I'm a simp and you don't do that shit. You feel me? But that's not here or there. Be sure to kiss your babies. Be sure to make sure they eat their vegetables. And stop calling motherfuckers simps, bro. The game is about to change, man. I'm telling you, this is not a competition, bro. Misogyny's got to fall. Patriarchy's got to fall, and all this shit is crumbling, right? I tell everybody, yo, the moment that spiritual shackle breaks and religion is starting to be seen for what it really is, masculinity can resurface. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I love y'all. Love, light, peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye then.